very real sense in which the commissioners are needing and wanting to have the voluntary sector come and talk with them. It's part of the new way of doing things, is in co-production. Now, if they're not quite ready for that, you can go and challenge them about that. But it is about where you get a place around the table to help them design the service before it becomes the specification.
We come together and found out what our needs were, what was stopping, what were the barriers, and then wrote the spec and the tender. We then went out and spoke to providers with the commissioners and the procurement teams to make sure what service we wanted them to apply for. And then we sat on the panels and actually scored each of the bids with our personal experiences. So it worked really well. We ended up getting services that met our needs.
It's an opportunity for them, with their experience of delivering social value, it tends to be what they do naturally, to get in ahead of the game. But what they need to do is to make sure that local authorities that they're talking with, pre-contract discussions or whatever, are actually carrying out their duties under the Social Value Act. And I think there's an important job there for third sector organisations.
Well, I think it's really worth putting the effort in. I think they need to talk to commissioners about how to shape social value locally. I think that's a point in itself. It has to be local, and really think about how you as an organisation deliver social value, because it's a new way of probably describing what you do already.
So I think it's really important that we make sure there's continuous and ongoing dialogue about having conversations, making sure that commissioners are speaking to providers, not only their current providers but also to the market, to really explore the art of the possible. And more importantly so, speaking to community organisations and speaking to individuals to understand what service users are telling them, to understand where really there are the acute needs in the local area, and then really focusing then on social value and delivering what matters most.
I think the most important aspect of this is raising awareness, because I think there are many people who work in statutory organisations who are not necessarily aware of the Act and its implications. So there is an education process which needs to go on.
When thinking about the long-term impact of the Social Value Act and what would really help both commissioners and charities to make sure it's successful, I think what is important is for whatever comes out of it to still be meaningful. That, as you know, that everybody hates bureaucracy. Both commissioners don't want to have too much of it, nor do, as well as of course charities. And you want to make sure that whatever comes out of it is not a tick box system. That you make sure that you do reflect what charities are actually working towards and achieving.
Make sure you're focusing on what the local authority are wanting and want to commission, and if necessary, tell them they're commissioning the wrong things. Make sure that they understand the effect that their commissioning policies will have on local communities and how you could help them do it better.
It's not just about outcomes, outputs in that sense. It's not just about the stuff which every other provider does. It's the special thing we do, the thing that many of us are motivated to make a difference, that we get to describe that difference, get to count it, show it, demonstrate it, and say this is the thing we do and pretty much no one else can. So in that sense I think it provides a great opportunity for our sector.